Hey folks, my name's Gary Daly and I am America's Deck Builder. Today we're talking about the Ultralux aluminum railing system. Additional items and tools you'll need for installation include cordless drill, a level, tape measure, 3/8 inch hex driver bit, number 2 square drive bit, a miter saw with a non-ferrous blade, 3/16 inch drill bit, pencil, safety glasses. Most of these items can be purchased at any local hardware store. All right, now that we've got all of our posts installed, we're going to talk about railing section assembly and installation. The first thing we want to do is unpackage the railing section and clamp it to the post. Remember to clamp it above the post base so that you can scribe a good line on the back side. We want to make sure that we're not cutting in the middle of a picket, and we want to make sure that there's equal spacing between the post at this end and the first picket, post at that end and the first picket. Once we've established that, then we're going to take a pencil and we're going to scribe our cuts. Get a nice line just exactly where the post is. Then we're going to take and we're going to use a non-ferrous high tooth count blade, perhaps an 84 or 90 tooth blade, and we're going to cut our rail section. We want to cut it about a 1/16 short so that we have a 32nd at each end, just for good measure. All right, now that we've measured, marked, and cut our rail sections, we're ready for installation. The first thing we want to do is clean up our cuts. You can use some fine steel wool, or I've got a piece of emery cloth here. I'm just going to knock the burrs off the inside where the blade went through, and then I'm going to touch it up with some white paint. The reason we're touching it up is just to protect this exposed aluminum. It's not for cosmetic reasons, so if we were to get any on the face of this product, we just kind of wipe it off, lest it shouldn't match. Now we're ready to install the product. Okay, we want to set this between the posts, being careful not to scratch the post in the process. Remember, we took an extra 1/16 off so that we would have that room. And let's get a little love, push it down on the clips, and spread the posts a little bit with your hand so we can get the top centered without damaging the post. Okay, and we're going to use this hardware that came with the rail section. And take these clips and install them one in each end. Okay. There's a number 2 square drive bit, and we like the extended bit in this application so you can get a nice, almost level installation. Make sure the rail is centered on the post. And again, we're using our 3/4 Tech screws that came with the rail kit. Now, we want to secure the rail section to the clips that we've installed. 4 screws each end, one on each side of each clip. All right, now we've got this rail section installed. Now we're going to go ahead and mount the top and bottom snaps. You remember these, we took these off when we got the package and opened it up. So we've got the U-channel that goes on the bottom and the breadbasket shape on top. So the first thing we want to do is make our cut marks. So I'm going to take the bottom rail section, set it on the post base over there and on the post base here. I'm going to reach around the back and scribe. I'm going to scribe a line that I'm going to cut inside of. So I take that extra 1/16 off, it'll give me that little amount of play. And because I can't be sure the distance between the top of the post is the same as the distance between the bottoms, I'm going to mark the top as well. So we can just set it right on the edge there. And since we want to be a 1/16 short, we can afford a small amount of play. So I've got both my cuts marked and I'm ready to cut. Okay, now that we've got our rail section installed, we went and cut the top and bottom rail. I'm just going to touch up the ends with my paint, protect that raw aluminum. I've already done that, so. Now I'm going to roll this in and snap it up. Now what I'm doing is I'm just going to squeeze it and start at one end, work my way down the other, and I'm going to pull up on it. That's what I want to hear. Okay, I'm just going to secure, just to make sure it's secure. Good, rock solid. Now I'm going to take my support leg. It's already pre-drilled, and it's already cut to height. Right underneath. I'm going to count my baluster so I get it centered. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Good. Right under center. This is the only white screw that comes in the package. Good, rock solid. So I'm going to come up top and grab our top snap. Gently place it. Okay, I'm going to start at one end and work my way over. And I'm going to push down. When I get to an unsupported spot, I'm going to pull up with my foot just to keep it from bowing down, putting too much pressure down on the bottom. Good. Pull up. We're secure.